Boom! Good morning, everybody. How the heck are you? Welcome to Transformation Day number 3, our final Transformation Day. My final live for this month of May, and who knows when I'll open up again. But if you like what you've seen for the last couple of days, you can continue with us. I go live every single day. My private group. We call it the Tribe for short, but it's weightlosschallenge.com. www.weightlosschallenge.com. You can come check it out, see what it's all about. Today is day 792. I've gone live every single day, 792 days, and today is our final third day for just kind of this free sample. But I was hoping to inspire some of y'all, give you some information. Really, it's called Weight Loss Challenge, but this is the first month of May that we're going to actually focus on weight. Believe it or not, we deal with the mental, psychological, emotional side of your weight loss journey more than anything. If you've enjoyed the last 2 days, give me a heart, hit the share button. If you don't know where to share it, go on my Facebook fan page. You can hit share, or you can tag somebody, whether you're watching this on my regular personal page or my private group or one of the free groups. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Christina Whitaker, Jooin Kovacs. Good morning, Facebook user John Clark. Happy birthday. Hope you're doing great, John Clark. Eileen Fry, Rosemary's watching on YouTube. Awesome. Gina Gillis is watching. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are doing fantastic on this Sunday. So while we're waiting in the news, there's not much in the news. It's war in Ukraine. It's Biden. It's Trump. It's Meadows. It's politics. Economy is really wobbly here. And overnight, the cryptocurrencies took a major crash. And remember, crypto crashes before the stock market. So stock market crashed on Friday. It's opening up again tomorrow. There might be a dead cat bounce. But if you didn't get out of the stock market back in November, you're down around 30% compared to where you were. And it's going to keep going down. Some people think the Dow Jones, which is currently, I don't know, around 42,000 or something like that, will drop all the way down. Or is it 30? I get confused. I mix up Bitcoin and Dow Jones. Anyway, it'll drop all the way down to 17, 18, 20,000. So will Bitcoin. And S&P, you're talking S&P 500, which is currently like 4,200, will need to drop down around 1,800 to 2,000 in order to really correct the market. Market's way overinflated, right? And then once the stock market drops, then you'll have another year or so, then the real estate market will drop. Real estate market always drops after the stock market. That's what you can look forward to. So thank you, everybody, for watching. That's the news. COVID, no new COVID update. It is what it is. The world goes on. Pfizer and Moderna have both submitted their data for 6 month to 5-year-old kids. So if you have a young child that's 6 months to 5 years old, you'll probably in the next month or so, you'll be able to vaccinate them against coronavirus if you so choose. We do know that pediatric cases have gone up more this last month than adult cases. The reason makes sense because they're the vulnerable population. And how many more boosters do you need, Dr. V? We shall see. We shall see. I'm telling you, there's going to be one more surge. All right. Katie Legbank, good morning. Holly Joe. Dennis Phelps is in my tribe. Laurie Halter's in my tribe. What's going on? Hope you guys are doing great. This is the final free transformation day. Final day. To join the challenge, if you've enjoyed the last couple of days, it's open right now. You can go to www.weightlosschallenge.com and keep going. If you're enjoying this whole month of May, sign up for 1 month. Give yourself the privilege of signing up for just 1 month. And this is the first and probably only time we're going to be focusing on just weight loss, even though it's called weightlosschallenge.com. I don't know. We deal with the psychological, emotional side. We talk about money. We talk about crypto. We talk about, we don't talk about politics. We talk about gardening. We do a few recipes, a couple of cooking stuff, but not a lot. We really deal more with a kick in the pants you need. They like to call it the kick in the pants. So hit the share button for me, everybody. Let's get going. This is a great Sunday. I want everyone to be, enjoy the day. Where are you watching from? First of all, show me where you're watching from. I'll give you a shout out. I want to show everyone that we are an international group. I got people in the tribe from Australia, New Zealand and UK and France, and one person from Africa. So where are you watching from? Let's see who we got here. All right, Tennessee's in the house. What's up, Tammy? All right, Atlanta's in the house. Miami, Florida, Evelyn. All right, New Hampshire's in the house. Elizabeth is in Chicago, Chi-Town. All right, North Carolina's in the house. Robert's in Henderson, Kentucky. What's up? Yeah, Christina's in Kentucky. California. Oh, real quick, everybody. Where are my international people? Laurie says it will change your life. Weight loss challenge.com. Appreciate that. Oh, wow. Beverly, I didn't know you were in Montana. That's awesome. Tara Donnell Roberts is in Tennessee, New York City. Max. Awesome. Ohio, California, yay. Tucson, Arizona. Okay. So, real quick, everybody, like, Erica's hometown, Las Vegas, New Mexico, is currently under threat of a wildfire. It was north of the town, but the winds changed, headed south, and it's really on the edge of town of Las Vegas. It's a town of about, I don't know, 11, 12,000 people. And the wilderness and the forest where she grew up and camped and stuff, it's all burning right now. And it grew by 30,000 acres last night. So it's around 100,000 acres currently, that fire. And it's only about 30% contained. So 15% of New Mexico is on fire, believe it or not. There's like something like 20 major wildfires happening. And it's early in the season. I'm telling you, if New Mexico's burning this bad, California's in for some trouble this year. So it seems like it's not possible. California's been burning for the last several years. You'd think they'd be out of force, but nope, there's still a lot going on. Summer is in Canada. See, I told you I was international. El Paso is basically another country. White Rock, Denelda is in British Columbia. I wish I was there, man. I'm going to go there. Joseph Mitchell's in Florida. Katie's in Albuquerque. Shane is awake again. That's pretty crazy. So hit the share button. We usually have about 350, 400 people on all over. People going to church. People are sleeping in. What the heck's going on here? We're going to have a crazy year this summer with wildfires. Prayers for everybody that's in Kansas. We've got tornadoes running, hidden. There was a tornado spotted outside of Chicago. Could you imagine if it hit Chicago, a tornado hit Chicago? Boy, it would be devastating. So we're in a wild season. Hurricanes are predicted to be high. Major drought. Lake Mead is at an all-time low. We're really devastating our environment. I'm trying to, for the last almost year now, probably 9 months, I've tried to reduce my waste. So I'm not zero waste, but I'm low waste. So I do a lot of recycling. I try not to buy things in plastics. I try not to. I pretty much 99.9% of the time bring my own reusable grocery bags. We can all start there by not accepting plastic bags. Like, just ask for paper bags. It's better. But paper cuts down the trees. Yeah, but the paper bags can recycle. They can go back into new products. The plastic grocery bags do not recycle. You can't recycle them. And Dr. V, my store has a place, or Walmart has a place where you can recycle the plastic bags. Well, one, most people don't use them. Most plastic bags go into the trash. And recycling is actually a lie. Only about 10%. Did you know this? Only about 10% of everything you put into recycling bin actually gets recycled. And also the term recycle is a misnomer. You don't actually recycle, because plastics, if you think about the chemistry of plastics, you can only break down the molecule so many times before it loses its integrity. So you can recycle a plastic material on average around 5 to 6 times. So every time it gets more and more unstable. So you actually do what's called downcycling, not recycling. So it's not an infinite number of recycling. And everything, just look at your recycling bin and just imagine 10% is going to get recycled, and 90%, just look at your recycling bin and think to yourself, 90% of this is going to landfills. It's a total lie. So you actually have to reject plastics. That's the real first step. So say no. That's the first step. So I've been saying no a lot more. And I've gone from, probably three trash bags a week, two to three trash bags a week, to about half a bag of trash a week. And most of that was thanks to my chickens, because most of it's food waste. And that's a big deal. So we're talking about honesty, and for the month of May. And you can go check us out if you want to continue this journey with us. www.weightlosschallenge.com. You can just go check it out and see what it's about. But today will be the last free day where I'm going live. I prefer to go in my private group because it's just one channel I need to talk about and worry about. And we've really bonded as members. There's about 360 people there. About 100 of them show up every morning, and we've just become really tight. And I've gone live 792 days in a row for my tribe people. So whenever I open it up, I feel a little bit like I'm cheating on them. but it's the challenge is open right now. I only open it up a couple of times a year, maybe 3 times a year. Diane says, change my life big time. Thank you so much, Diane. So there's the web address again if you want to check it out. Thank you, Laurie. So we're actually going to focus on weight. Now what we're focusing on is not like what you've experienced in the past, like at work or your gym. It's not a contest. You don't win. You don't get body measurement. You don't need to like have people vote for you. What we're talking about for this month is honesty. Can you be honest? Where are you in your weight loss journey? Where are you? What are your struggles? Did you really throw out your pantry, or did you just say you were going to clean it out and you didn't? Where are you with your snacking? Are you really drinking your water? Or are you just lip smacking? Are you really following the plan? It's how honest can you be? And I'll tell you, your life is not going to change if you can't be honest. Okay. Now, when faced with honesty, what happens? We have to give people our reasons. So the talk today is on our reasons, and it's a video TED Talk by Master Shi, which interestingly enough, it's a fan favorite for the tribe. Several of our tribe members have a huge crush on Master Shi, but for some reason I didn't realize that this talk was from January 2020, really like right before the pandemic started, and it blew him up. It's got like 14 million views on TED Talk, and it's a great talk. It's 18 minutes long. The first 6-7 minutes of it is just more of his background, but there's so many nuggets in this video that we've broken it down a bunch of times, and I have a new way of breaking it down today, and we're going to use it to talk about our reasons. Now, in the monastic life, and he's a Shaolin priest, so he's Shaolin Kung Fu, is what he practices. And he tells this amazing story, okay? And I'm going to share it with you. A man lives near a mountain, and he's thought his whole life, I'd like to see what it's like at the top of the mountain. And finally the day comes, he decides he's going to go on his trek. And he walks to the foot of the mountain, and he encounters a traveler who's coming down the mountain. And the man asked him, which path did you take and what did you see? And the man told him, I took this path and here's what I saw. So the man decides, well, that's awesome, but the way he went seems kind of hard. I'm just going to keep walking this way. So the man keeps walking. He runs into another traveler who's coming off the mountain. And he says, hey, which way did you go and what did you see? And the traveler says, I went this way and here's what I saw. And the man just says, wow, that's really awesome. But that way seems difficult. I'm just going to keep going. And he does this, and he runs into another 30 travelers who tells them which way they went and tells them what they saw. And at the end of it, the man decides, you know what? I have talked to all these people, and I've decided it's not worth going up the mountain. And he goes home. And this is a shame. And it's really, it's an amazing story because, we can convey to other people the path we took, what we saw when we got there, how we overcame things. But what you cannot convey is the experience. You have to experience it for yourself. You have to experience what it's like speaking in front of a crowd of 1,000 people. You have to experience what it's like to win the championship, to get the promotion, to walk across the stage and get your degree. I mean, I can tell you what it's like the first time you operate on a patient, but unless you actually operate, like you don't get the same sense. You can read a book, you can watch a movie, but it's not like going there yourself. So the journey of and the mountain, the allegory he uses about the mountain, it's a journey of clarity, which we actually spent all of April talking about clarity, and now we're talking about honesty in your journey. So um, what happens when someone asks us, like, why are you 300 pounds? Why are you regaining weight? Why are you living paycheck to paycheck? Why are you an anxiety ball? Why are you so stressed out? What happens? We have to come back with our reasons. Jim Rohn calls this the list of reasons. We have to give people a list of reasons so that we don't look bad. And those lists of reasons, and trust me, I've helped thousands of bariatric patients, and I've heard every reason under the sun. And it could be the weather, the babysitter didn't show up, my company is downsizing, my husband's gay. I've heard that one. I always blame the poor husbands, My car broke down, couldn't get time off, politics, Trump's in office, Biden's in office, every reason under the sun. My kids are young. My kids are too young to help me. My kids are too old to help me. My husband, never cooks. My husband's too good of a cook. I've heard every reason under the sun. Okay. And we give people reasons because we don't want to look bad. In the tribe, we call that justifying. So, tip number one before we get started is everybody, average people, always wants to blame the outside. But what we know is it's all about the inside. You can't see average people want to say it's politics, it's the economy, it's my kids, it's my mother, it's my grandpa, it's all out there. And you can't start this weight loss journey, this journey to betterment, to improvement, if you keep blaming outside, because you can't control any of that. Just like you cannot control the weather. You cannot control the Santa Ana winds, the forest fires. You cannot control the drought. You cannot control the floods. You cannot control the tornadoes. You can't control politics. Oh, but that's why I vote, Dr. Vaughn. Then you really don't understand how voting works. If you really think that's the case, then you're really in trouble. You can't control the fucking border. You can't control whether I cuss or not. There's always a couple people who are like, man, these MFs are like off-putting. And I'm like, you must be new here. So great message. Cursing is just like so low class. Like, okay, I'm retired. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. So you can't control what other people do. You can't control your kids. You definitely can't control your kids. You know how I have a 5-year-old. Definitely can't control your kids. So, but average people, and you're not average, are stuck here. So average people, right, are stuck. They're stuck on the outside. I mean, and they can't get past it. And you try to talk to them. Comment if you've ever tried to talk to somebody like this. And you're trying to explain how you've changed. You're trying to explain how you've lost weight. You're trying to explain how you're reading, books, self-help books, and you're watching TED Talks and podcasts, and you're listening to the Skinny Asian. And they're like, but it's good for you. It works for you. But I'm a single mom. And then they give you their reasons. I'm a single mom. You know, I was abused. I grew up poor. Dr. V was the poorest kid in school. I grew up, I was told I was stupid. Dr. V at one point was the dumbest kid in school because I couldn't speak the language. You know, I didn't know what the hell was happening. So they're stuck on the outside. Comment if you know these people, and they're unwilling to get past their reasons. Okay. So if you're stuck here, like, there's no helping you, man. You have to, at some point, hit rock bottom and then just start to decide you're going to make the journey to the inside. You got to go on this journey. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're doing. So when you go to the journey on the inside, Master Shi, and here's the real gold nuggets, okay? Master Shi teaches us, once you go on the inside, there are actually only 5 hindrances. He doesn't call them reasons. He says in the monastics, in the Shaolin monastics, they're called the 5 hindrances. There's only 5, you know, because outside, watch this, comment, how many reasons are there when you're outside, right? It's infinite. It's everything. It's fucking traffic. You know, it's my dishwasher broke down. It's my refrigerator broke down and I'm going to lose all my meat, all my food. It's the hurricane. It's the pool guy didn't clean it. Now I can't swim my laps, you know. It's the city pool closed down because of an E. coli outbreak. It's the spinach recall for E. coli. And here I was just about to go buy a salad and I wanted to start eating healthy. And damn it, there's an E. coli recall on lettuce. See, that's infinite reasons as long as you want to stay on the outside. But when you start to think about it, the inside, when you go inside, there's only 5. So we're going to break down the 5. Okay, first one on the inside. The first hindrance he calls sensual desire. Now that sounds like all like, whoa, sensual desire. But no, it's basically saying things you like. Right? And so by sensual desire, he means things you like. So let's say you start up this mountain to clarity and you're trying to climb and you're going to improve your life. You're going to really start to think about how your life changes. And you start walking and you see this restaurant off to the side. And the sensual desire comes from the reason why it's called sensual, because it comes from your 5 senses. Okay. So sight, smell, hear, taste, and touch. So you're hiking up the mountain and you hear a restaurant, you smell the food, you walk closer and you see beautiful people, you see delicious entrees, you know, succulent everything, fruits and whatever. And there's music and it's lovely. And you know the when you walk on a restaurant, they have those string lights and it's called ambiance, you know, like it's like atmosphere and those string lights and people are toasting and there's that chatter going on and maybe some music in the background. It's just so nice, right? And you decide to stop. Like, I'm tired, I haven't eaten, you know, let me have a drink. So you eat your food. Well, the problem is you're off the path to clarity. And if you stay there too long, he says, this becomes the obsession. Now, the people in the bariatric community, they will say that food, they're addicted to food. Like, I'm always thinking about food. Comment if in the past, you know, you've always thought about food. You know, it's an obsession for you. You've stayed there too long. And Master Shi is just saying, you've stayed in this phase too long. You know, and for the last 2.5 years with the pandemic, a lot of us have stayed too long. A lot of us have, you know, It was this meme that says, you're either going to come out of the pandemic like 6-pack abs or an alcoholic. You're like, okay. Alcohol it is. You don't have any place to go. So you have to break away from this. You have to find a way out of this obsession and get back on the journey. And he talks about the second half of the talk. So number 2 reason, number 1 is sensual desire. And the next one is called aversion. And basically it's the opposite, things you don't like. So you go on your journey, you start walking the mountain and it starts to rain, but you don't like rain. You start walking down the road, but the road's bumpy and you don't like bumpy roads, or your car can't handle a bumpy road, or your shoes hurt too much. You realize you have to cross a river, but you don't like to swim. These are aversions. These are things you don't like. Now, for a lot of people, this is being questioned. This is filling out forms to go back to school. Some people talk shit. I'm going to go back to nursing school. And then they get the applications, and the applications are so long. They're like, I'll do this tomorrow. Comment if you know anyone like this. And then they realize, oh, well, you have to sit for an exam. And then you have to fill out the application to sit for the exam. You're like, oh, this is too hard. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to skip it. Call. You have to call to end a subscription or cancel your sports package. And you're like, I'm not staying online. See, these are aversions, things you don't like. Criticism. No one likes criticism. No one likes to be told what to do. No one's looking forward to their annual review or their quarterly review. These are aversions. Hard work. Trust me, it's hard work. Getting up early. Some people, hey, Dr. Ray, I'll slow down there. It's my weekend. All right. You don't know me. I work hard all week long. So when Saturday, Sunday comes in, if I want to sleep in to 9, 10, like, leave me alone. It's my thing. It's my time. It's my piece of my family. Okay, man. You're the one who's suffering. Just remember that. Write this down. Don't complain about the results you got because of the work you were not willing to do. I'll say that again. Don't complain about the results you got for the work you were not willing to do. Okay? It all takes work. Okay? You've got to read the books. You've got to attend the classes. You've got to write the essay if you want to pass. You've got to go to orientation. You've got to walk through HR. You've got to stand up and introduce yourself at the new job, at the new school. At some point, you're going to stand up and introduce yourself. I don't like that. I don't like the attention on myself. I don't know what to tell you. The car will not go until you press the gas pedal. Like, for everything, there's an action that gets a reaction. I mean, it's you're just not going to sit in your room by yourself and somehow your life is going to be miraculous. Life, write this down. Life is a contact sport. They taught us that in surgery. Surgery is a contact sport. You got to see as many patients as possible. You got to watch as many OR operations as possible. You got to read as many books as possible. You got to make as many incisions as possible. You got to sew up closure as many times as possible. You got to see as many complications as you can so you know what to do. Life is a contact sport, okay? So you have aversions. Remember, we're talking about our reasons. Your reasons so far are things you like. Oh, Dr. V, I'm a food addict. Oh, Dr. V, I can't control myself around carbs. I'm a chocoholic. I have an addictive personality, Dr. V. All right. And then you also have things you don't like, aversions. My feet hurt. My knees hurt. My ankles hurt. It's hot. It's too hot. It's too muggy. It's too cold. It's too windy. It's too rainy. It's too sunny. The sun's too bright. It hurts my eyes. I forgot my sunglasses. I'm going to go home. Okay. It's raining. I don't like the rain. Enough, Dr. V. You're mocking your followers. Okay. So number 3, This one is super important. Heaviness and dullness. Okay, this is called, I'm going to run out of room. So heaviness of the body is called stupor, and dullness of the mind is called torpor. You have this heaviness and dullness of the body and mind. Heaviness of the body is you're in a stupor, and dullness of the mind is you're in a torpor. So, or is it the other way around? Torpor, stupor. Anyway, you get the idea. So, and for me, I find, put a star by this one, because it's really bariatrics, right? Now, which one came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, let's just say it's the heaviness of the body. You gain, when you wake up, maybe you had 3 pregnancies and you gained 20 pounds with each pregnancy. Now you're 60 pounds overweight, and now maybe your mom's sick, your marriage isn't so great, you're stressed out, you're barely making paycheck to paycheck, and one day you wake up and you're 100 pounds overweight, 120 pounds overweight. Maybe your doctor says, whoa, Mary, you're like pre-diabetic. Oops, Mary, now you're a full-blown diabetic. I got to start you on metformin, and here's some insulin, yada, yada, yada. And it's a snowball thing, right? And your body, literally, you're trying to pay the bills, you're working hard, you're picking up the kids, you're taking them to soccer practice, and you're just exhausted. You're just tired. At the end of the night, all you want to do is kick off your shoes, let the girls out, right? And that was horrible. There you go. Let the girls out and sit on the couch and watch, Dateline, murder mysteries or whatever. And you think in your head, you rationalize it by saying, I deserve this. That's the heaviness of the body. It all hurts. It's just all too much. Now, what happens, what I find, is that it becomes this cycle. Can I have an amen here? Where when you sit on the couch because your body's heavy, you start to realize, like, I want to zone out. Amen. Like, I want some bonbons. I want some popcorn. I want some pasta. Just order some pizza, and I'm just going to get this carb high and carb dose, and I'm just going to zone out. So now you have this dullness of the mind. So if you have this dullness of the mind, now you can't read, you can't work on your projects that's due, you can't send that email, you can't plan your kids' party for the weekend, you forget to make the craft projects. Now, then you wake up late, and now you're running late, you're a hot mess. So it's this cycle, right? You could also argue it the other way. It starts with the dullness of mind. It might have been a bad marriage, a bad relationship, a bad childhood growing up. You might have been on antidepressants your whole life, right? So you have this dullness of mind. This, if only someone would come along and motivate me, someone outside again, right? Like someone outside of me needs to come and motivate me, complete me. Don't get me started about marriage. Okay, so now you have this dullness of mind. And if you have this dullness of mind, you can see how that gets the cycle going again. Like, oh, I'm so unmotivated. I'm just going to stay in bed. I'm just going to sleep in. And now you're not burning off the calories that you just ate from that 0-calorie popcorn. How come 0-calorie popcorn seems to put weight on you if it's 0 calories, Dr. V? Right? So now you're in this vicious cycle, which for me is what I see most often in bariatrics. And lean back, we call this leaning back. Lean back. Don't be bugged or triggered or bothered by what Dr. V is about to say. So here's a lean back warning. So bariatrics becomes this, right? This becomes a prison of your own making. And trust me, I've taken care of thousands of bariatric patients. I see this all the time. They are in a prison of their own making. Now that sounds harsh, like, Dr. V, I didn't want to be 300 pounds. Yeah, I have a hormone problem. My thyroid. I couldn't get a doctor. My insurance was canceled. The only endocrinologist moved out of my town. Blah blah. You got all all sorts of reasons. Like, I know, I get it. But did you always have a thyroid problem? Always, my whole life, as long as I can remember, these antidepressants are making me hungry, and my blood sugars are up and down and high and low. Like, trust me, nobody was born 300 pounds. If it was, that'd be a poor mother, a poor mommy. So at some point, you got to say, okay, I'm going to take it from the outside, lean back. I'm going to move it to the inside, and I'm going to stare at that man in the mirror, that woman in the mirror, and say, dude, I did this. I made this. When I had to declare bankruptcy in 2010, I was so angry. I was so angry at my real estate agent who didn't listen to me when I told her we were at a bubble. She said, "Oh no, we're doing good. We closed 35 houses last month. We're the market's still strong." I'm like, I really think we're in a bubble. I got left holding the bag. Bought a couple more houses, couldn't sell them, couldn't flip them. You get the idea. I was angry at them. I was angry at the banks for not giving me extension. I was angry at the contractors who were taking too long. I was angry at the insurance adjusters who were taking too long to come see my damaged properties and real estate. I was angry at my CEO, the new CEO of the hospital, who didn't, who lied to me and switched things and canceled this project, blah, 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 right? It's all outside. And then I had to eat crow, man, and I had humble pie, and I went away to a little town in Illinois, and I shut the fuck up, and I sat, and I meditated, and I journaled, and one day I realized it was me. It was me the whole time. I did this. I made this prison. I caused this problem. And that's when my healing really began. And for you, and I don't know where this video finds you, where you are in this season of your life, whether you're super successful or you might want more, or you're living paycheck to paycheck, or you're really hurting because of the pandemic or because of the market. But it really starts with this, I'm the problem, but I'm also the solution. I'm the prisoner, but I'm also the guardian, the guard of the prison guard. There you go. I'm the prisoner, but I'm also the prison guard. I'm also the liberator. I'm the captured, but I'm also the liberator, right? I am the problem, but I'm also the solution. And it's always within me. I can't expect someone else to come along and fix my problems. You can't expect someone to come along and get you off the couch or slap that sandwich out of your hand or slap those bonbons out of your hands. It's just not going to happen. That's not how the world works. You have to decide, I'm done, right? This is it. I'm done with this. I'm done with this life. I'm done living paycheck to paycheck. I'm done with the verbal abuse. I'm done with the snarkiness. I'm done with my kids leaving their shoes everywhere. We're going to set these expectations. We get up. We don't sleep in on weekends. We go to bed at a reasonable hour. It's called adulting. I'm taking responsibility for my own prison and my own making. Now, when I first said this, let me tell you, there was some hate comment, if you know what I'm talking about. Even in the tribe, even in my paid group, I had people like, fuck you, Dr. V. I didn't want this. I didn't ask for this. No one fucking asked. I didn't ask for bankruptcy. You never asked for it. You understand what I'm saying? You never asked for your significant other to cheat on you. You never asked for the unexpected pregnancy, or you never asked for cancer. No one ever asks for it, right? But through many, many choices, a series of choices and choices and choices, and ignoring things, and you're ignoring the elevator eyes. You're ignoring the kind of shady contractor skimping on the numbers a little bit. You just kind of ignore these showing up 10-minute late behaviors and leaving 10 minutes early behaviors. So it's just, you compound the problem. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's bariatrics, right? It's heaviness and dullness of the body caused by things you don't like. I don't like fruits and vegetables. I've heard the silliest things, right? I don't like my food to touch. You don't understand. Dr. V, it's a texture thing. What's a texture? What texture do you like? I need the crunch I'm all about the crunch, Dr. V. Now you guys are laughing because you're like, God damn, Dr. V is totally right. Like, oh, green smoothies, that's gross. But if I told you it was a milkshake, you like, it's the same texture as a milkshake, you would like, oh yeah, milkshake I like. But a green smoothie, no, it's a texture thing. It's the same texture. You're just totally making shit up. Now you have to get to the point where you go, I'm totally making shit up. Totally. Like, there are people, comment if you know people, they're like, hey, how did you lose the weight? Well, I started drinking water. Oh, I don't like the taste of water. Oh, well, then I started eating green smoothies. Ew, green smoothies. That's nasty. Have you ever had a green smoothie? Nope. Never had a green smoothie. So how do you know it's nasty? I don't like fish. Have you ever had fish? No, not really, man. I'm just going to tell you, I don't like it. How do you know? How do you know? Right? You never knew you liked penis till you got some. You never knew if you liked vagina till you got some. Dr. E, that's way too much. Way over there. You understand my point. Like, you never know till you try. Never know till you try. Never knew you could like a skinny little Asian till you try. You know what I mean? Just saying. Just saying. All right. We make shit up all the time. Now everybody's like, lean back. All the tribe people are like, yeah, he's like this every morning. All right. Let me just lean back a little bit. The good news is there's only 2 more to go. So once you get to this, number 4 is unsettled mind. And what this is, we call this the monkey mind. Now, I'm going to tell you, almost 100% of y'all, watch this, 100% of y'all will say, this is my problem. Dr. V, I can't quiet my mind. I jump around. I've got ADHD. I got ADD. I got all the initials. Hyperactive. Nah, I'm sure I'm on the spectrum, Dr. V. I cannot settle my mind. I cannot stay focused. And I sit there and go, could it be all that sugar you're eating? Could it be the fact that you just did a line of Oreos? Could it be that, you drank this Route 44 Coke that has literally this much sugar in it, and now you're saying you can't stay focused? Could that be the problem? Oh, no, could not be the problem. But it's diet soda, Dr. V. Sure, okay. So it's restlessness. Now, but here's the problem. Now, most people, average people, and you're not average, they think the problem is in the initials: ADD, ADHD, can't focus, undisciplined, unmotivated, can't sit quiet, can't sit still, right? They're focused on the hopping. Think about the monkey jumping, okay? Think about the monkey jumping. Now, above average people, you watching me right now, I'm going to tell you what he really means is this. And I'm going to write this in green because this is nugget. Really means you can't settle in the present moment. Everybody is so average people. They want, like, quiet my mind. Give me a medicine. Give me a technique. Tell me something to do. Craft, knitting, sewing to like get me to focus. What they don't understand is what they're really asking for is, well, where does the monkey need to go? And a monkey doesn't need to finish this task or go pick up grandma or like go pick up the 3 different kids in 3 different sports, right? The monkey mind needs to know that it has to settle in the present moment. That's it. In the present moment. What are you doing right now? Just sit there for a little bit. Journal, crochet, do your artwork, jogging. This is why joggers, runners love to run, because for them it's like step after step after step. They have do you realize? And the runners out there can can verify this. Runners out there practice on there's a breathing cadence. They have to inhale, exhale, like a certain way. It's swimmers too. So if you're a swimmer, comment. You do a certain number of strokes and then you breathe. I mean, you practice these cadences, and all that's doing, that's meditation, is just giving your monkey mind something to focus on, which is your breath. Runners think about how many steps am I taking relative to how many times my arms are swinging. Now you guys are thinking I'm crazy. How the hell does he know that when he doesn't even run or jog or swim or bike? It's crazy stupid like that. Okay, so when you're above average, you know that the monkey cannot be quieted, cannot be silenced, cannot be stopped. But what you do is give the monkey mind something to focus on. And what to focus on is the present moment. And what is the most basic present moment? It's your breathing. Whether you call that a swimming cadence, whether you call it, watch this, singer. If you're a singer, you realize that when you read a sheet of music, there are certain spots where you have to like inhale deeply. Otherwise, you won't have enough force for the next exhale or the next note. You know what I'm saying? Like there is a breathing cadence to your singing. When you're playing a wind instrument, it's called a wind instrument because of the breathing. You have to inhale and exhale a certain way. Am I right? I mean, this is how it works, right? So almost 100% of y'all will use this as a reason, you know, of why you can't get your shit together. John, Nancy, Lori. Okay. It's an unsettled mind. Now, the last one is, he calls it something else, but I'll call it what it really is. It's the self-doubt. That's it. You know, what if I don't do? What if I can't do it? What if I fail? What will they say? That's it. And that's the one that stops most people. You know, the famous football coach of the Miami Dolphins, Don Shula, is famous for saying, it's the start that stops most people. It's the start that stops most people. You know, there's 300 of y'all watching right now. And I will tell you, most of y'all will not even go to the website, weightlosschallenge.com, to check it out. And then of those who do, even few of you will actually start the challenge, even though you know, like, it will change your life, you know. It's the start that stops people. Most people won't even put in the application for the new job, the new position, Mason, Daddy's working right now, baby. You're too cute. Just give me 5 minutes. Thank you, baby. So it's the start that stops most people. Most people won't put in the transfer. Most people won't put in the application. Oh, thank you, baby. She wanted me to show y'all. She drew a vase with flowers. Thank you, babe. Rainbow flowers. Sorry. So it's the start that stops people. It's the self-doubt. It's the what are they going to say? Now, here's what I want to tell you. And we're going to end it on this. Because, you know, he talks in this video, he gives you a technique called RAIN on how to get beyond this. I'm not going to go through all of that. But here's what I want you to understand that I think is super duper important. Now, when we, thank you. Sorry, you made a rainbow mask. So many people will say, well, I surely can't do that. Why not? Well, what would my mom say? What would my family say? What would my coworkers think? What would my aunt say? She's my favorite uncle. Oh, she's my favorite uncle. Sorry. You know, she's my favorite aunt. He's my favorite uncle. You know, what would they say? And here's the last tip Dr. V wants to give you, which is this. No one's thinking about you. When you realize that no one else is thinking about you. It's like a death blow. Write that down. Death blow to your ego. Your ego thinks like, oh my God, everyone's watching me. Everyone's like looking at me. Everyone's trying to see what I'm going to do. Everyone's going to talk. Everyone's going to criticize. Everyone's going to post about it. I don't want people in my business, Dr. V. I can't follow you on Facebook because I don't want people in my business. They might know that I'm thinking about maybe possibly someday having weight loss surgery, and they don't need to know that shit. Okay, I got news for you. No one is thinking about you. And when you realize that, your ego, it's a huge insult to your ego. And we're ego-driven creatures. So our ego says, oh no, everybody's thinking about me, Dr. V. Okay, I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. Prove it to me, Dr. V, motherfucker. Okay, I'll prove it to you. Throughout the day, what are you thinking about? Are you thinking about what your neighbor did? Are you thinking about, what college your nephew's going to? Are you thinking about whether or not your sister should go through a divorce? Are you thinking about your coworker might be cheating on her husband? You might be, but if you do, it might be just 30 seconds. Most of the time, what are you thinking about? Most of the time, you're thinking about your own damn bills. How am I going to get through the month? Can I have it all here? Most of the time, you're thinking about what you're going to eat for dinner, how you're going to get through the rest of the day, how you're going to need to have this talk with your husband and your kids. You're thinking about your own damn problems, right? Is that true? If that's true, then they, therefore, must also be thinking about their own damn problems. And you say, well, yeah, Mary, maybe I'm thinking about having weight loss surgery. And Mary says, oh, really? Oh, I had weight loss surgery. It's great. Change your life. Back to the next problem. And now I got this problem. Or, oh, I have a friend who had weight loss surgery. She did great. End of conversation. Now here's back to my problem. Back to the regular programming, my own fucking problems. Right? That's the regular programming in people's heads, my own fucking problems. So no one's thinking about you. And the day that you realize that, it makes it so much easier to give up your reasons. No one cares that you don't eat orange colored foods. No one cares that you can't have your foods touch on your plate. It's childish, it's stupid, doesn't change things. No one cares that you think you have a texture issue. No one cares that you think fish is gross. No one cares that you think that vegetables are somehow gonna like kill you. Or you don't like the taste of water, or you have to have 5 Splendas in your tea to make it taste good. No one cares, man. The only thing that matters is that, listen to me, your ankles are swollen. Your legs are weeping. Your legs are weeping with serum. You got to the PT has to wrap your legs, and you keep drinking diet soda. You keep arguing for this shit. Well, my insurance screwed up and I can't get anyone to come help me and I can't do this and I can't do that. Again with the reasons. It's never outside. It's inside. This way, duck. This way, duck. It's inside. You only have 5 reasons. And when you can start to break those down, that's when your life changes. That's what we do in my challenge every day. We do the psychological, emotional things. We start to understand, why do we say these things? Why do we believe these things? And more importantly, why do we hold on to these things? Why do we hold on to these old favorites? Don't you need new favorites? Why wouldn't you want new favorites? I want new favorites. Just like when I spend money, when I buy something, I want more new money. I don't sit there and go, give me back my old money. I need new money. I need new money coming in. I need new friends and new relationships. I got my core friends, but I'm always looking to make newer friends. I'm always looking for newer techniques. I'm always looking for newer information, newer books, newer courses, newer masterminds. It's the opposite that's true. It's the stagnation. It's like if your blood does not flow, that's called blood clots. That's called death. That's called pulmonary embolism. It will die. It's a pond. It's a lake. It's called a stagnant pond. If you don't have a fresh source of water coming in and an old sort, like a way for the old water to go out, you have a cesspool. It's not a living, viable body of water. It's nasty. It's stank. I'm from the South. We call it stank. But that's what's happened to our lives. And whether you call it your chi energy, your flow, your source, y'all stank, man. That's it. You got to get it flowing again. I can't wait to see Christina write stank on her notes. All right. Love y'all very much. Today's the last live free day. If you've enjoyed this, I hope you continue with us. www.weightlosschallenge.com. I go live every single day. I've been going live for today is number 792 days. 792 days live, right? To get you a kick in the pants. And if you've enjoyed it, www.weightlosschallenge.com. If you don't, I hope you will share this broadcast. I hope to see you next time I open it back up. And I hope I only want the best for you. I hope you're I want the best for you. Colleen Brown just signed up. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Colleen. Love you guys. Love you, Christina. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Margaret Townsend shows up every morning. Right. Great talk today, Pauline. All right. Thank you, Pauline. Just check it out. Check it out. What do you got to lose? Give yourself the gift of one day, one month. If you don't do this for 1 month, give yourself the gift for 1 month. But you'll go buy a purse for the same price. You'll go buy a pair of jeans for the same price. You'll buy your cousin's kids $100 worth of presents, but you won't give yourself the gift of weightlosschallenge.com. All right, start there. Have a great day, everybody. Go kick some ass. I gotta go get my Joel Osteen on. Bye, guys.